Hey, what's happening? Welcome back to the GM. I'm your host, Leon, and let me finish laying the foundation for why I believe the Ravens never really wanted Lamar Jackson. Excuse me. Let me add a few more weapons that they brought to the table. Sammy Watkins, Seth Roberts, and then, of course, in this year's draft, both Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar. Um, but all these guys that I named are either um, non high performing or unproven, right? See, there's always potential, but potential unrecognized doesn't do us any good with uh, making progress right now. And so when you really look at it, um, you just seen a consistent pattern of the Ravens to kind of stay in this lackluster offense that's predicated on the run, and that's fine, right? But if I have a quarterback and I'm trying to win a Super Bowl and I'm trying to help him make progress himself, I have to get him some adequate weapons, right? And I get it. There were wide receivers who did not want to come and play, either whether with Lamar or in that Ravens system. But either way, we've seen numerous opportunities where teams made trades to get their quarterback, excuse me, some weaponry. So we can't even make that as an excuse of the Corey Davises and Smith Schuster and T.Y. Hilton and so on and so forth, the guys who didn't want to come because we've seen teams go get weapons, right? And so, but let's just point right to something that I think has to be said about this not wanting Lamar. When you go to the 2018 draft, the Ravens ended up with two first round picks. One went to draft Hayden Hurst, the other to Lamar Jackson. Hayden Hurst, of course, was picked first before Lamar Jackson, which says that's who they wanted, which said they valued a tight end over the potential to have a franchise quarterback. You see, what what it sounds like and seems like to me, they never really wanted Lamar, but they had an opportunity to take best player available, right? And best player availables are always boom or bust. And Lamar happened to be a booming sensation. But because they did not want him, they did not prepare for success in year one. That's why he didn't start. But then after he took over and took them to the playoffs, 2019 happened. The Baltimore Ravens did not expect Lamar to have a breakout season and win the unanimous MVP in his second year. Only a half a year starting coming into that season. They did not expect that. You see, and because they didn't really want him, they didn't prepare him for success. And so, here's more evidence. Why did they never upgrade his offensive coordinator? You could see that the Baltimore Ravens offense did not look like a prolific passing offense, which is what he had in college. See, we're told over and over through the media that uh, the Ravens built that offense for him. They did not. They built that offense to fit Greg Roman's skill set, which says there's the value was put into the offensive coordinator, not the quarterback. That all see because you can look at Greg Roman's play calling style, and you can go and just look right back at San Francisco, and it was a very similar scheme. You can see the Greg Roman system has not made any progress, has not become innovative unless it was in the run game. So when Lamar showed an ability to pass the ball to the tune of 36 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions in his MVP season, that's when they should have said light bulb should have came on If they really valued what they had, they should have said, you know what, Greg, thanks, but no thanks. We have to upgrade. We have to get this guy some weapons. We have to be able to let him throw the ball down the field, mix that in with the run. Now they're more dynamic. Another thing that the Ravens failed to do for the last 5 years, they failed to put him in a faster offense. Lamar is electrifying. He's fast, one of the fastest guys in the league. The weaponry they put around him, even though lackluster, all had speed. You don't take track guys and put them in a slow clunking offense. See, even if you want to run the ball, you could have done that, but kept it at a fast pace. Run a 2 minute offense or a 4 minute offense, but they did none of that. They kept him in situations where the clock is running down, play call come in late. Lamar complained to him and said, hey, they know our plays. But nobody came out and said, you know what, we're going to make some adjustments. In fact, what it looked like is that they didn't believe what Lamar was saying. And I think it all leads back to they didn't really want to make a long-term investment into something that they did not want. It's kind of like dating, right? When you were considering a long-term mate, you didn't really know which one you wanted. You knew it was a couple of options out there. And so you took the best of what was available, not because you wanted it, because it was the best available, right? And now here we are 5 years later. He's still one of the best available because he's a free agent as of right now, basically. And they still fail to make a decision to say, you know what? I want you to stay with us. Yeah, they came out and said that publicly, but everything we've seen up until this point says, nah, we don't really believe. We don't really want you. There may be another somewhere out there. If you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see a Lamar Jackson post on his Instagram. I just copied it and pasted it here. But these are Lamar Jackson's words. You guys have already heard it, so I won't recite it. But what this quote says to me and what it should say to you is Lamar is coming to the revelation that they don't want him either. There's too much evidence to say that I don't want you, right? Then I do want you. If I can borrow the dating analogy one more time, you see, if I'm dating you, but I stop celebrating you, I don't celebrate your birthday. I don't celebrate our anniversary. I don't buy you nothing for Christmas. I'm literally telling you, you ain't the one, right? Why? Because I'm in search of another. And so when it comes to what they really wanted Marlon Humphrey. You know why? Because he got paid. They really wanted Ronnie Stanley. Why? Because they married him. They really wanted Mark Andrews because they married him. At one point, they wanted Marcus Peters because they went and got him and then paid him. They really wanted Marcus Williams because they went and got him and then paid him. You understand? There's too many pieces of evidence that says that shows, what it looks like when the Ravens want somebody and when the Ravens don't. And the last piece of evidence is this: they went and got Roquan Smith, and after 10 games, well, 9 games, not 10, they dropped the largest contract for a linebacker in NFL history. He's not put 5 years in. He's put 9 to 10 games in, but they've already paid him. And I'm glad they paid him. But what should that say to Lamar? Somebody who's put the team on his back week in and week out, had to be the hero and was the hero in a lot of games. But they didn't break bread with him. So this is my case. And like Lamar probably will be, I'm out. This is the GM. Thank you for listening.